Happy Friday and the first day of the month, August 1st, 2025. Welcome back to my recap for Friday. Today was a relatively easy trade. Did almost get completely stopped out, but it did end up working towards my favor. Pretty entertaining video I got here, a little bit more editing tricks and things like that. I hope to keep getting better at that. But let's go ahead and get right into the trade recap. Thanks for tuning in. Morning, good morning, good morning. We have about 5 minutes here for the 15-minute range to form. Just kind of drawing it out here as we dump down. We finally have had a pretty major pullback here from the drop yesterday into last night's session. We definitely gapped down here. So I'm actually really liking that. It's about time we stop making all-time highs. But who knows? Next week this could just be bought back up, but we'll see. We don't create any type of bias. We trade what the market provides us with. So what I'm looking at here is I drew out a couple of lines here. Just looking left. Let me go to the 15-minute chart right here. So just looking left here, I drew this line. As you can see from earlier this month, we had this major level here that rejected off of several times, several days there, and then finally crossed it and then made it as support. So this is a major level here, and as you can see in pre-market here, we went underneath it again and then we rejected off of it. So I'm definitely looking for shorts. We're below the 200 EMA, we're below VWAP, we are below my 21 EMA and my 9 EMA. So definitely going to be looking for shorts. We will be looking for a break with the 5-minute candle here. And then once we get a closure, we will go ahead and switch to the 2-minute or 1-minute candle and look for a short. So the 15-minute range, which is formed, we are just going straight down here. So I'm definitely looking for any type of pullback here, and this is one of those plays here where I kind of will even look for the pullback within the actual range to look to go short. It doesn't necessarily need to be outside of the range with the way that we just had this thick.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
The way that we just had this large.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
The way that we just had this full red 15-minute candle straight down. So at this point, I'm kind of looking for any type of pullback that we can get, any type of bear flag that we can get to go ahead and look to go short. I kind of drew down this level here because that could be a level of support based on looking to the left here. As you can see, that was a low from July 16th, and then we have another low right there. So, and another low right there. So this is a level of interest, and then rejected off of it there at the end of June. So that is a level to be aware of. But the way that we are aggressively selling off, I'm definitely just waiting for some type of pullback, and then I'll look to try to get in. So I switched to the 1 minute here because we're getting so aggressive here. I'm going to go ahead and submit an order.
Order submitted.
At the bottom of this here. I just think the way we're dumping here, I just think we're going to go ahead and flush all the way down. So this is what I'm looking at here. Let's see if we go ahead and get tapped in. Here's my Ninja Trader. This is on the 2 minute. Let me switch to the 1 minute. Like I said, I like to go to the 1 minute here when we're selling off so aggressively.
Order filled.
So we're tapped into this trade. Let's see what happens here. And the way the candles are, I still do a 5-point stop. However, let me just go to trading view. However, looking here, a safer bet would be to expand your stop probably to 10 points up here and have your stop above this high right here. But again, I kind of just have been sticking to this 5 points because right now that is what I've noticed has worked for me in terms of my risk reward. But if we start getting expansion in these candles, then that is something that, of course, I would consider doing and going ahead and scaling down to micro contracts, and then also widening, just gonna go ahead and widen that stop. But for now, we are at a 5-point stop with one ES con, and we will see what happens here. I'm gonna go ahead and walk away here and get some coffee. Alright, so still in this trade here. I am liking where my stop is now. I don't really want to have it higher here. We might get stopped. Would like to see a bigger dump here, but it's not happening now. The aggressive selling is not coming in. So it looks like we might get stopped out here, which is totally fine. Let's switch to the 5-minute here. Here we go. Here's the stop. And here we go. Definitely wanted to see that follow through right here, and we just never got it down here. Here it comes. The market is very, very volatile right now, so this is something where you definitely want to be, you got to be careful on days like this. And like I said, maybe this is a day where you switch to micros and then you expand that stop more up to, let me just go to my, let's wait for this to play out. Just see if we get stopped here, which we should get stopped. All right, well, we didn't get stopped. Almost hit me by a tick there. I mean, my 5 points is just, you know, it's on point. So we'll see if this that's incredible, honestly incredible. I was fully banking on that stopping me out there, so let's not get our hopes up too soon here though. This is very, very, very volatile right now. I like the way that 5-minute rejected there though. So let's see. But again, back to what I was saying a little earlier here. Let me just switch back to trading view. So as I was saying earlier, so I do a 5-point stop, right? Fixed reward. But the smarter play, to be honest, is to have your stop up here on this high. This is the 1-minute chart. You got up here, you'd feel a lot better in this trade with how volatile it really is, right? And then you could go for like a 1-to-1 right there, or even go all the way down here. Like I said, there's a big level here, and go for 20 points. So if we start seeing, like I said, more volatility in the market like we did in April like this, then I will go ahead and switch to micros, and I will expand my stop and my take profit. So that is something that I need to be aware of going into next week. But for now, we're gonna stick to the plan and stick to the 5 points. Now I really am liking here where my stop is, because we are above this 5-minute high. So don't really want to play it past there. And then now we're getting a big dump here. Let's see if it just keeps dumping down to my TP. Okay, it's so volatile that I'm moving to stop because it's just so volatile. I don't want to see that just bounce back
Target
up.
filled.
There we go. So we just, sorry, I should have had that on my Ninja. Yeah, I moved my stop to 5 points there just because of how freaking volatile this is. Like when I'm here at the desk and I see that, I know that's kind of, I still should have stuck to the plan and not micromanage, but because of how volatile it is, I didn't want to see it just shoot back up and then hit my stop when I'm that far in profit. That I gotta kind of trail the stop. So anyways, wow, what a way to finish off the week. Today was Friday, August 1st, first day of the month, and that was a close one. We almost got stopped out, unfortunately, and again, that's kind of why I mean, because I have such a tight stop, that is the risk that I take with plays like this. But as you can see here, I mean, this thing is is dumping, man. Like it's gonna, like I said, this I could have gone to micros. I could have had a 10-point stop and gone for a 20-point TP here. I mean, look at this, and that would have been the safer play, to be honest. So that's something that I really need to look into next week. If we have this big of a dump and the candles are that expanded, and in terms of the amount of points that one candle is, then I do definitely need to consider that. But that worked out really good today. I'm really happy about that trade. Just wanted to show the profit here. As you can see, made $500 again, 494.24 with commissions there, and the balance from yesterday was at 1734. And then after today, let's go ahead and do the full math here. 134.8 plus 494.24. So this will be our balance going into Monday. What an amazing trade. Again, first day of August, and we are starting to get some more volatility into the market. Once again, just have to point out that if I expanded this, went for 10-point stop and 20-point TP, that would have worked out pretty well today as well. So that is something that I do have to look into next week and really see how volatile it is. And that's what we have to do as traders. We have to adjust and we have to adapt. If you don't do that, then you will fall behind. So the faster that you can adapt and adjust to the market conditions, the better off you'll be. I just want to thank you for tuning in. What an amazing week. We had a total of 3 wins and then 1 loss, and then Monday was a no trade day. Still hoping that Tradeify can fix their journal over here. Like I said, it's still all messed up, and then hopefully I can show that to y'all next week. Also going to be putting out a really awesome video this weekend on how I track my prop firm income and expenses, and with that I'll also be offering a free, very detailed spreadsheet, so definitely tune in to that video. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next week.